Hello, how are you? I hope you're good. So I am back with a Magical Readathon video earlier than expected because I thought we can use a little magical week-long readathon in between the owls and the newts. This has always been a plan, but I will admit that June has crept up on me and I did not quite realize what time it was in the month of May because I wanted to give a bit more notice before this rolled in, but May had other plans for me, so here we are. It's fine. I will mention from the very beginning that this is not really like a part of owls or newts, so it will not reflect in any way on your performance on those. If you're new and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I will link the owls announcement down below so you can find information there. See what's up, but it's a Harry Potter readathon. We have a little magical community going on, and I really think it's a wonderful place on the internet. But I'm very biased. I'm very biased on that one. Now that I got your attention, just an important thing before I get into the readathon, which will be soon. I want to encourage the magical community to not be quiet. I am talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. We need to speak up and we need to make sure that we are amplifying the voices of the Black community. Now I know that everyone's sharing the links and everyone is linking to different things and it might be a little bit overwhelming. But I found this page that I will link down below that lists resources and the pages in a very approachable way, starting with petitions and then donations and other things that you can do to help. Please check it out. If you can financially donate, please do. If you cannot, there's loads of petitions for you to sign that do not cost anything and only takes a minute to do. No matter how big or small platform you have, please say something. But I just really wanted from the bottom of my heart to ask you guys to do what's right, to stand for what's right, and continue being your magical self and make those from our magical community who don't feel safe at the moment, help get them into the place where they can. But let's talk about our magical little readathon, and I really hope you guys will enjoy it. This one was, I don't know, like I kept doing it and I kept like going back and forth if this looks like a 5-year-old did it or if it's just cute. I still don't know, but basically my thought for this little readathon has always been to open up Hogsmeade. As you know, this is the 3rd year of us doing the owls and the newts, and we're going by the 3rd book, and of course a big part of that is well, obviously Azkaban, but I kind of don't feel like sending us there. But there's also Hogsmeade, and I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of purposefully avoided that, like the playlist, the ASMRs for Hogsmeade and the owls, because I wanted to do this little one to kind of unlock it, so then during the newts we can like explore the shops as well. But I thought it would be really fun to have a little chill week with not much going on really. There's gonna be probably like live read-ins because I've done some with Jay during her readathon and actually did not suffer because I thought I will just be a hot mess because I'm a child. It was actually okay, so I might see if I can do that too, and obviously sprints and just sharing of some magical cheer on Twitter. But we do, however, have a map illustrated by me or a 5-year-old. Again, depends how you see it. The legend is the prompts. We have 9 shops plus the entrance. So, because Harry didn't get a slip, and I didn't ask you guys to get a permission from parents or guardians before the owls, I think that we kind of don't have the permission. But don't worry, the twins got us, it's all good. We just need to meet them. We just need to unlock the entrance. So, I'm gonna scoop here. I don't know how this is gonna work. Anyway, editing me will figure it out. There's really only one mandatory prompt, and that is the prompt number 1. You'll see the numbers next to the drawings on the map. So number 1 is the Marauders map. You meeting the twins and getting the Marauders map to you so you can then sneak into Hogsmeade. Prompt for that is to read a book that has a map, which thankfully a lot of the fantasies do. From there on you can see there's loads of like footprints going, and you can literally go wherever you want. Like you can pick according to the prompt, you can pick for which shop you would actually want to go to. That's probably the way I would do it. Because we all read at such different speed, I thought that one book is fair, and then if you want to be extremely ambitious you can read up to 10 and then if you want to just do one extra, you can do two. There's no order. You can go and to whichever shop. It's not like you have to visit this in order to visit this. Like, you can go to only Owl Post and that's it. So I hope that makes sense. To answer one of the most common questions, in Owls normally there's no doubling up, but obviously there are no rules, so you can do whatever you want. But if you're going by the rules, there's no doubling up. Okay, so let me go through the prompts. The first shop that you can see on your left is the Three Broomsticks Inn. It's not really a shop, it's a pub. It's the most popular wizarding pub in Hogsmeade. It's always packed with people, it's always buzzing. We'll see a quieter place later on if you prefer that. But for this one, read a book that's part of a trilogy. It doesn't matter which part of the trilogy, it just has to be part of the trilogy. If you fancy something sweet, and if you're on a date, or if you want to treat yourself to a date, you can go to the hotspot for that kind of thing. Or if you just have a very sweet tooth, that's fine too. And that is Madame Puddifoot's Tea and Cakes, which is number 3, for which you only have to start a book with a cup of tea. So before you read the book, brew yourself some herbal potions, aka tea. Just start a book with a cup of tea. That's all. That is all you need to do for that one. Across from Madame Puddifoot's Tea and Cakes, we have the Hogshead, the alternative to Three Broomsticks, a very, very, very quiet alternative. However, as we know, easily can be overheard if you're plotting a secret meeting, so don't make that mistake. If you want to observe some dodgier wizards and witches, or if you are yourself a dodgier witch or wizard, this is a place for you to be. Or if you just want to get away from the buzz, but you would still like a butterbeer, you know? That's the place to be. And for that one, that is number 4 on the legend, and the prompt is read something that's not the most popular, not the most hyped, not the most known maybe even. And that was kind of hard to pick, but I went for something that has less than 10,000 ratings on Goodreads. Obviously, that's still quite a lot, but I didn't want to go too low in case it's hard for people to find within their library or within their reading shelves. So I thought that would be a nice point. I don't know. Hopefully you agree. Next to it is obviously another place that people will probably want to visit, just because it's so colorful and it's so cheery. If you do have that sweet tooth, but you don't quite fancy the cheery, kind of very over-the-top floral exterior of Madame Puddifoot's, you could go to Honeydukes. And Honeydukes is number 5 on the map. I cannot say the map without saying the map. I don't know why, and I apologize. This one is for a read that is majorly green or pink on the cover, or alternatively, if you have one sitting around or something in your TBR that has a sweet, like any type of sweet confectionery, like a baked good on the cover, that would be ideal too. But I know that not loads of books have that, so green or pink cover is also fine. We don't really have the Twins Weasley shop in here just yet. If you are interested in some pranks and tricks and just fun gadgets to use and just to cheer yourself up with, next to Honeydukes we have Zonko's Tricks and Jokes shop. This is number 6 on the legend, and the prompt for that is humorous read. Now I know it's kind of hard to know if the read is gonna be kind of funny or make you smile, but where you might want to ask a friend, see, listen, which book made you smile, or what do you think would be a funny read? And I'm sure there's videos on YouTube as well on reads that are funny or humorous, or just something that you think would be is also obviously valid. Even if it doesn't prove to be as funny as you thought, it still counts. If you're feeling courageous and you want to see what the deal is about the Shrieking Shack, you can go there if you fancy, and that would be number 7 on the legend, which would be to read a horror or a thriller book. Next to that is what I like to imagine Hermione, one of the favorite places for Hermione to go, which is this Scriven Chef's Quills shop. So if you want to get yourself a fancier quill to write your exams in, no self-correcting ones though, that's not allowed. The prompt is to read a book written by a person of color. Next up, at the very edge of the map, we have Owl Post. If you have a parcel to send, or if you just want to look at fluffy, cute, small and big owls, you can head right over there. Sometimes they let you pet them. And that is number 9, and the prompt for that is read a book that an owl delivered to you last, aka the most recent book that you got from the mail, or if you haven't, the last book you added to your TBR. And the very last shop, opposite of the owl post, is the Dervish and Bangies? I don't know. Shop, which is a shop for like magical trinkets, which I think would be such a fun shop to explore because we don't actually hear that much about it in the book. It would be so curious. It would be like looking at Dumbledore shelves with all of the unknown little metal thingies. If you are aiming for metal charmer, I feel like this is a place for you to be. And that is number 10 in our legend, and the prompt is to read a steampunk read. And that concludes the map. I hope this sounds fun. I don't know why I just kept going back and forth. I don't know. I don't usually doubt myself that much, but I was having doubts about this one. But I really hope that this is fun. It's supposed to just be fun. It's supposed to be relaxing and a little bit motivating to read. I will leave the link to the G Drive where you can Google Drive where you can download both the parchment and a white version of this sheet if you are printing directly on a parchment paper like myself. I cannot wait to speak to you on Twitter. I've just been missing that whole side of things, just to talk to you on a daily for a week. I should probably tell you this is gonna be from this 22nd to the 28th of June. Forgot. But yeah, it's gonna take place from the 22nd to the 28th of June. I can't wait to see how many shops and which shops you're going to go for and see your colored in maps. But yeah, that's everything. I really hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay awesome, stay kind, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye!